What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video vlog, whatever you want to call it. Today's video is going to be super simple. It's just going to be me talking about the backstory behind my business. I posted something on my story earlier in the week asking people for tips as to how they think that I should be able to, or things that they think that will help grow Uninfluenced Youth in 2022. And someone basically said that they think that I would benefit from doing more detailed promotions and ads going into drops. You know, basically building up the story for the drop that will help just with the overall imagery behind it. And it kind of made me think that I haven't done a good job of explaining what Uninfluenced Youth is. So back in middle school, I would definitely say when I started being on social media a lot more, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to this, but I had difficulties separating social media from real life. A lot of times I would follow people and I would just think that their life should be a metric of how my life is going. Like, if this person is doing this, and this person is dressing like this, and they're buying this and so, like, that's the cool thing to do. And once I got into high school, it got even stronger as far as that feeling of me always trying to be that cool guy and trying to fit in with the in crowd. And I struggled a lot with identity issues. If you were to ask 15-year-old Miles, like, describe himself or say 3 things that he loved about himself, then I would definitely have had some difficulty, just because I was really just trying to figure myself out. And looking back, it definitely led to a lot of mental health issues, just because there was this persona and this identity that I was trying to keep up with. I found that aside from sports, drawing, as well as, and just be specifically drawing clothes, it definitely helped me take my mind off a lot of things. And so I had the dream of starting my own clothing brand. And for years, I struggled with just finding a good name. I was just kind of playing around with names. One, because I wanted a name that was catchy, something that rolled off the tongue nice. I also wanted a name that wasn't extremely long. And I wanted a name that can be meaningful to me. So I would go through different phases where I would rebrand and rename the brands, this name, but nothing really stuck. But senior year, I don't know how I got to it, but I came across the word like influence, and then I kind of changed it to uninfluenced. And I was like, uninfluenced sounds kind of cool. So then I tried to start building the story around what does it mean to be uninfluenced. And to be uninfluenced, because people ask me this a lot of times when they ask me what's the name of my business, and I tell them Uninfluenced Youth. The typical follow-up question is, what is Uninfluenced Youth? And I basically just tell them to be uninfluenced is to basically live your life being proud of who you are, as well as, constantly finding who you are, and then in turn being proud and loving who you are. Because of the fact that I had so many identity issues and didn't know who I was and didn't think it was cool to be who I was, I definitely have made it a personal mission of mine, I would say, to teach people to learn who they are, find interests, and just be proud of that. Because as a community, we thrive off of individualism. Because if everybody is the same, then there's nothing that we can gain or learn from each other. And so the youth part essentially comes from the fact that I started struggling with those issues as a kid. And I'm sure that because of social media's presence and how important it is in our life, there are kids who are a lot younger than me when I was struggling with those, which is like 8th grade. So I'll say like 13 and 14. I'm sure there's, young kids who are 9 or 10 who are on Instagram and who are on Twitter and basically living their life in accordance to what they feel social media's standards should be, as far as beauty or as far as what you should be doing at a certain age. I know as I've progressed and I found more confidence and I found more love in who I am, the thing that now plagues my generation, I'll say the people who are like 18 to 25, is that social media has plagued us to believe that we should have our lives figured out right now. So I feel as as I grow and as I, get older, the mindset of what being uninfluenced means continues to grow, right? So when I was in high school and I started as a senior, it started off with just teaching people to be happy and teaching people to love themselves as individuals. And now as I grow and I'm discovering more things that I struggle with, it's just another thing that I add to the pot of my mission statement, right? So now it's more of telling people, like, it's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to, follow your dreams. I know one of the best decisions I ever made was leaving school, because it kind of forced me to be on my own, if that makes sense. Because right now there's very few people who are in the same boat as me, but I still have to have that confidence that I'm making the right decision. And just being appreciative of the fact that I have the courage to follow my passion. So that's basically what Uninfluenced Youth means. It's being happy with who you are, starting off by finding who you are, asking yourself, what is it that you like, the clothes that you like to wear, the television shows you like to watch, and, forming this identity for yourself, and then not allowing, other forces to influence who you are. So, that's basically where, even with the project that me, Justin, and Bailey started over the summer, the Uninfluenced Youth Dreamer Initiative, that's basically an extension of Uninfluenced Youth to reach out and to touch communities, because when I was growing up, there was very few resources for kids who wanted to, dream big. I didn't even know what Photoshop was until I was in high school. I didn't know all my designs were just on paper. And so I want to create more opportunities for kids who want to dream outside the box, and for kids who typically might not feel as though dropping out of school and being a clothing designer, or dropping out of school and being, anything that you want is realistic. I think that we should alter our perception of what realistic is versus what unrealistic is. So yeah, I didn't want to make this a super long video, but I definitely will end with my mission statement, or my personal goal, kind of could be titled Believe in the Youth. And basically what that means is our generation and the generations that follow have an extreme opportunity, I would just say even an extreme duty, to change the way that people perceive what should be. And just in terms of anything, I think that this age of technology has allowed so many more people to take advantage of the opportunities and the dreams that they have, because now you can do anything. I mean, there's people who are getting rich off of like cryptocurrency. I mean, if you would have told somebody 30 years ago that people will be trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, people were like, I don't even know what that is. So just basically believe in the youth in terms of give them the opportunities and the resources to make change, and then believe that the way that we raise them, the way that we live our lives, will be enough for them to take over our legacies and then continue to move on, and to basically change the way that we look at things. So yeah, same thing as always. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, please share. And also, if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave a comment down below. And yeah, peace.